Yo, how's it going, guys? Revoh here, coming to you guys with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys, it's going to be FIFA 22 content. Yes, we're getting already into the FIFA 22 content. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your first million on FIFA 22. I'm going to show you my methods on what I did last year to achieve that pretty fast. I'm going to give you guys some other tips, some trading tips, and stuff to get started. If you want to see more FIFA 22 content or preparation for it, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to know like how to trade, how to snipe, how to invest, stuff like that, I'm open to that. FIFA 22 is right around the corner. We're like 1 month away, so let's get started on it. Make sure you subscribe for more content and FIFA 22 content. Follow everything down below in the description, but let's get straight into it, man. Okay, so I thought on making this video today because I wanted to start a new account for FIFA 21, but I'm like, why? It's only a month away. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I can make a video on how to actually get started on FIFA 22 and how to trade. Okay, so there's a few things that you're gonna have to remember when doing this. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, by the way, so just letting you know, but basically there's a few things you need to remember when you are on the road to 1 million coins, and there's three things basically. So the first thing, it depends on how much time you have available to play the game. So last year I had a lot of time. As we know, COVID, everything, school was shut down, so I was doing it online. I was able to stream, I was able to record, I was able to play like all day once I got my work done. So time is something that's very important. How much time you put into this grind is how much you're going to get back. You're not going to make 1 million coins in 1 hour unless you get super lucky and pack like a Mbappe first day. Okay, so time is something that's going to play a part into this. It took me, I think, 2.5 weeks to make my first 1 million coins on this game. Some of you may say that's too long, some of you may say that's pretty fast, but it doesn't matter. The point is that you got 1 million coins. If you get 1 million coins in December, in January, the first day of the game, it doesn't matter. You got 1 million coins. You got there somehow by trading, grinding, and putting your work towards it. Okay, so that's the first thing, time. The second thing depends on your luck. As you guys know, there's gonna be a lot of packs. There's gonna be a lot of SBCs in the game, the getting started SBCs, like the advanced SBCs. You could get lucky in that and get your first 1 million coins like that. You could get lucky, maybe get like 50k and use that 50k for investments or sniping or trading, whatever it may be. But there is a lot of ways to get started. As we see, the foundation, all these right here, the hybrid leagues, hybrid nations, the league and nation hybrid, I'm expecting these to be in the game next year. So it depends on how lucky you are when you're pre-order packs, and that's something that's very important, luck. I got a lot of coins that way by just packing players. And the last thing that it depends on is, it depends on if EA drop good content or not. It depends if they drop good players, good SBCs, good promos, if they drop a good game that gets people involved to actually level up their squads. So it depends a lot on that as well, because if they release good content, prices are going to go up on certain players. If they're not releasing good content and the SBCs are horrible, prices are going to drop. So it depends a lot on EA's part as well. But most importantly, I would say time, EA's part, and luck is something that's very, very big. Okay, so the first thing you do when you get started, they give you your welcome back packs. They give you like 4 gold packs or a gold players pack, whatever it may be. The most important thing, in my opinion, is to get as many coins as possible as fast as you can. So whatever you get back in those welcome back packs, just sell everything straight away. If they're like cheap cards, whatever it may be, just sell them and maybe get to like 20-25k. And then with that 20 and 25k, you want to get started on the SBCs that I mentioned before. You want to get started on the these 3 SBCs. These 3 SBCs are going to get you some good coins back. They're going to get you players back to get started. And like I said, it depends a lot on luck. Last year, a lot of my subscribers were getting freaking Mane in the first day. They were getting Salah's the first day, and that helped them a lot. FIFA 20, I was able to get Conte out of these, and that that boosted my coin balance a lot. So that's something that's very, very important. Another tip that I'm going to give you guys is to make sure that you find your own players right away. What I mean by own players is make sure you find a player that's usually pretty high, and that drops on certain days and goes up on certain days. So what I mean by this is, I'll give you guys some examples. So this year I traded a lot with this card in the beginning of the year. He helped me a lot to make my first 1 million coins, Herman. I don't know why, sometimes you just find the players randomly that are worth a lot, but this dude was worth always around like 3 to 4k, 2 to 3 to 4k. If you check the FUTBIN graphs during like September to December, this dude was always super expensive. And I don't really know, because his rating isn't really that high. I guess he just helped a lot with SBCs. He was always in an SBC solution, like you guys saw those hybrid nations, those hybrid leagues. He was always in that. So it's very important that you guys go through those SBCs. You find a player that's always in each one of them and that's consistently high. I would always recommend gold commons. Gold commons are always the best for this. Gold, because they're not really packed that much. Gold rares are packed a lot. Another player that was a good example of this was Alessandrini. This dude was constantly sitting at the 5K mark. Even now, this dude is ridiculously high. Why is he so high? Yeah, as you guys see, even now he's sitting at like 6K. This guy was always around that price. A gold common. I don't know why. No, I do know why. It's because he was used in League SB, or not League SBCs. He was used in certain leagues. Not in certain leagues. What am I saying? In hybrid leagues. He was used in hybrid leagues and hybrid nations. So a lot of people required him for certain SBCs on Footbin. That's why he was always super high price. So it's important that you guys find players like this. And I would always pick up these dudes. I would always pick them up on rewards day. Because as you guys know, on Wednesday night rewards days, division rivals and foot champions rewards come out. People get a lot of packs. That means that they get a lot of players, and these players are usually underlisted. So some people will pack them, list them for 5K, and somebody else will get them 4.5. Somebody else will get them 4K, 3K. And that's when I would usually do the picking up. Another day that you could do that is during squad battles. Squad battle rewards help me out a lot. So I usually would do it Wednesdays and Sundays. I would buy. I would usually sell between like the week, like Tuesdays or Fridays. Those days would be really good to sell players. But that's very important to find your own card. One way you could do it is just by going gold common and just searching for cards that you think, just going like this and try to find cards that you think would stand out. So why would Guilherme would not really stand out that much. Let's take a look. Anselmo looks like something that would stand out because he is Brazilian in the Saudi league. That's kind of rare. You see, like an Italian goalkeeper, he's not really going to be that expensive because, you know, Italian goalkeeper in the Italian league. Maybe if he was an Italian keeper in like the La Liga, you know, he would be pretty expensive. I'm trying to find a player here that I think would go for a lot. That's usually what I would do. I would just go on gold commons and try to find a certain player. So like right here, Gilbert. This guy, I'm pretty sure he was sitting at a high price because, you know, he's a right back, France in the Premier League. You know, that's kind of weird. It looks kind of weird. So I would expect him to be expensive. That's one thing that you guys need to do. Find your player first of all. Another thing that you guys need to do to make coins is find your sniping filter. You need to find the sniping filter that works best for you. And last year, the sniping filter that worked for me all year long was literally La Liga center backs. La Liga center backs last year worked a lot for me. And I would just sit here sniping whatever popped up. Sometimes I would get Jimenez's. Sometimes I would get freaking Nacho Fernandez, Militao's. And I would just sit here for maybe like 1 or 2 hours making pretty decent coins. But that's very important as well. You need to find your own sniping filter, and I really suggest that you guys write this all down. Not what I'm saying, but just write down your sniping filter when you actually find it so that you don't forget it, or write down a few. You know, just get a notebook, just get a piece of paper and keep track of everything. Make sure you write down your players as well. You could write it on your notes app on your phone. That's what I had them on. I could probably find it right now if I checked my phone, but I would literally write the list of players that I would need to buy, and then I'd be on the companion app just bidding on them. That's something very important. You never really want to do buy nows. So as I mentioned earlier, the gold commons and all that stuff like Alessandrini, I would never just straight up buy Alessandrini for 5K. What I would do, so let's do German. He's a little bit cheaper. So like German right here, right? He's going for right now 1K. What I would do, I would never ever bet 1K on German when the price did drop. I would just go around and place bids like this. Straight up place bids like this. That's what I would do every single Sunday, every single Wednesday. And out of maybe like 30, I'd probably win like 7 or 5. And that's pretty good because, you know, eventually he would go back up. And my transfer list at one point, if you go back and look at my older videos, it was just filled with these dudes. Another one that I remember was Caramo for the Serie A. Obviously, these players you're not going to be able to use in FIFA 22. It's going to be different players next year. But I'm just giving you guys examples on like certain players that you never even know would go up on certain days. You just need to check the Footbin solutions, and that's one way that you would find them. Another way that is very good to make your 1 million coins, first of all, transfer targets. Did I lose one? Yeah, right here. Another good way to make your first million coins is by actually starting bronze pack method early on. If you go ahead and start bronze pack method pretty early on, that's going to help you out because you're going to be able to store your club up, and then eventually when certain SBCs come out, like marking matchups that maybe require like a Republic of Ireland English 2 goalie, like this guy for example, as you see he's pretty expensive right now. If an SBC requires him and you already have him, you could just sell him right away early on and make your coins like that. So like this guy right here, he's going for 1.6, so I could just sell him for like 1.2. I'll make triple my coins back on this pack. I know that this guy sells because he's from Sheffield United. Again, I could sell this guy for 750 coins, and that's how you make your coins back. But that's what I would recommend to do. I would recommend to start bronze pack method early on as well in FIFA 22, so that you boost your club up, and whenever an SBC does come out that, you know, requires that certain player, you just list them up and you get your easy coins like that. Why is it going for 2K? Like, why 2K? Why? But yeah, that's some. Let me try to remember something else that I did last year. Oh yeah, you want to make sure that you're playing the game. I know I say that in most of my videos, but you want to make sure that you're playing FUT champs and division rivals. And one big tip that I'm going to give you guys that you guys need to take in. Oh shoot, pause. I didn't mean to say that. One big tip that you guys need to engrave in your head is that when you play division rivals and you play every single week, you know, don't take the packs early on. I know it may be tempting. You're gonna be like, oh, I might get a CR7, I might get an Mbappe, I might get a Van Dijk. No, dude, just take the coins, play it safe, and stack them up. Because trust me, the more you take coins early on, you're gonna notice it. In 5 weeks, if you if every week you're getting 50k, and instead of taking the 50k, you're taking 2 rare megas and a mega pack, and you get nothing from those mega packs, you know, you basically lost that 50k. But let's just put it in this perspective. If in 1 month, if you just take coins and your rewards is 50k every single week, you're gonna make around like 250 to 300k a month just off of playing division rivals alone. That doesn't include any trading, that doesn't include any sniping, that doesn't include FUT champions, none of that. Then you add your FUT champions tokens, that's another like 200k. So just by playing division rivals and FUT champions alone, you're probably making 400 to 500k a month, depending on what you rank, depending on how good you are. Plus, if you're playing squad battles, I didn't play squad battles last year, but if you play squad battles as well, that's another maybe 20, 30k a week, another 100 to 150k a month. So you could potentially, depending on how much you play the game, depending on how good you are and what you rank, you could possibly bring in like 650k to 700k a month just by playing the game straight up. So you could probably make your first mil in a month by just doing that. Now, if you don't play division rivals, FUT champs, and squad battles, it is going to make the process a little bit harder, but I always recommend that you play early on. You know, it makes the most sense to play early on. It's probably the most fun too to play early on because everybody's team is so average and so below the meta that, you know, everybody has a good chance of winning games. So I really suggest you do that. Another thing, if you're pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition and you're getting your 4,600 FIFA points and you're a relatively good player and you're confident in your playing FIFA abilities, I would suggest that you do the online draft instead of opening packs. But I understand that draft may take too long and the rewards aren't always good. But instead of spending, you know, 150 FIFA points on the gold packs or premium gold packs with that has like 1 rare, you could possibly put it into a draft and maybe turn that horrible gold pack into like a 100k pack or like a 50k pack and maybe boost your chance. I know it's a little bit harder, it takes longer, and it's not as fun as just straight up ripping packs, but it's up to you. That's something else that I want to let you guys know. What else did I do last year that helped me get a lot of coins? What else did I do? Investments were pretty good, but I kind of want to save this for another video, but I'll let you guys know right now, and I'll make another video on it anyway. So investments, you, like I said, these guys are investments as well, the gold commons, but I'm talking about a little bit higher investments. So fodder, for like icon SBCs or certain team of the week SBCs or like a player of the month SBC. Like last year, the fodder went up once Ansu Fati came out, his player of the month, it did go up. And every single year, what I try to do, I try to get my fodder as early as possible. I try getting my 84s, my 85s, 86s, 87s, 89s, 90s early on as possible, because that's when it's the cheapest. Oh, I know what else to say next. That's when it's the cheapest, okay? That's when it is the cheapest. So you want to make sure that you get your fodder, like your 84s, as early on as possible, because when they release that SBC that requires high rated cards or whatever, these guys are going to fly, and this is the easiest coins you're going to make. Trust me, this is the easiest coins you're going to make. I remember I would trade these during Halloween in FIFA 19, and I made so much coins. I literally had it on my computer. I had it written down. I wasn't really making that much trading videos in FIFA 19. I was just making like player reviews, but I had it written down, dude, and it was insane how much profit I was making off of, I remember Parejos, I was making Raul Jimenez's, Godin's, Cruz was a huge one that I would make profit on. You just want to find that fodder, You could even go all in on one player like Jimenez right here. Another thing that I want to talk about, shoot, I had it, boom, is to build your team right away. Build your team as fast as possible. So say you get really lucky the first day, you pack N'Golo Kante and you sell him for 300k, and then you use that 300k and you buy yourself like a meta Premier League squad. I'm not sure how much players are going to cost, but let's just say, for example, you go ahead and buy yourself a Kyle Walker, you buy yourself a Joe Gomez, you buy yourself a Varane, you buy yourself a Van Aanholt, a Sissoko, a Daniel James, a Rashford, and like a I don't know, like a, who else is a good player, like a Allen, right? You say you buy yourself a team like that, and at the time you buy that whole team, it's 300k. That's a really good price to get that team for early on. You need to get your team early on, and then maybe let's say once weekend league starts again, or like in 2 months or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the price of your team is going to go up a lot. That's what I realized with my team. Now, I was always in the dilemma of if I should sell these players or not, and I ended up not selling them. But when I did end up selling them, I lost a lot of coins. So I'll give you guys an example. I bought Ousmane Dembele last year. He was the first player I bought right when I got my coins on the web app. I bought him for 25k. At the end of the month, he was sitting at 85k. And instead of selling him for profit, I kept him and I ended up selling him for like 40k. I still made profit, but you want to know what to sell. That's always important. If you're making a lot of coins on your investment or on your team or whatever, you want to make sure that you're selling them, because if you're not selling them, you're eventually going to get stuck in that phase where you're losing coins or you're breaking even when that profit of margin was available, when that margin profit was available. But that's something you want to take into account. I'm trying to think what else I did last year that made me a lot of coins. So I mentioned playing the game. I mentioned finding your investments, finding your sniping filters. What else did I do that was big last year? What else did I do? Let me look at some SBCs. What else did I do? I didn't really prepare for marquee matchups at all. I didn't really prepare for marquee matchups. No, I didn't really prepare for marquee matchups at all. What did I do? Oh yeah, League SBCs. League SBC investments is a good way of making coins as well. So if you know the Premier League is going to come out, or we all know the La Liga, Premier League, Bundesliga, and stuff like that is going to come out, right? One big thing that you need to do is to invest in the smaller teams. So as we know, what was the team this year? Was it Sheffield? No, it was West Brom. West Brom players were super expensive. At one point, to complete West Brom, it was like 120k, because the West Brom players for the Premier League were super expensive. So if we go here, we take a look at West Brom, we look at the silvers. I don't know how much they are now, but back then, back then these dudes were going for like, straight up, they were going for like 10, 15, 20k. So that's something that you guys need to do. I know Brentford is in the Premier League next year, and I'm pretty sure that they do have a lot of silvers. So, I'll make a video on that as the time comes for FIFA 22. But it's going to be, you see, they have a lot of silvers. It's going to be very important that you guys get in on these silver League SBCs. It's always Prem. Prem is always the most expensive. You need to find those teams that have a lot of silver players and just pick them up early on as possible, man. I'm telling you, that's going to be if you hit right and you hit the right players, you hit the right team at the right time, that's probably going to be your biggest moneymaker in FIFA 22, possibly the whole year. If you bank in and you get at the right time, you make your million coins, right? Put it all in on freaking Brentford players or whatever is a cheap silver team at the time in the Premier League, and you're gonna make a bunch of coins. That's something that you need to do. But I can't really remember anything else off the top of my head. I think I gave away the biggest, pieces of information in this video to make your first million coins. I hope it did help you guys out, the video, man. Again, comment down below what else you want to see, what else you want to know. I want to help you guys out. I've been playing this game for a long time. I pretty much know when they release stuff, how much stuff is going to go if it's going to go up, if it's going to go down. It's just sometimes, with EA, it depends a lot on them. Like I mentioned before, it depends a lot on them and what they want to drop and what they want to do. And I can't really control much on that part, but I can help you guys with what they do put out. So make sure you guys leave a like, comment down below again what you guys want to see, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe. We're very close to 7K, and I'll see you guys next video. All right, peace. Thank you for watching.